Live with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching CBS7 First Alert News at 9 on the CW West Texas.
Rural areas, you don't see quite as much of the security, but you are starting to now. And it's just the time we live in and the climate we live in and everything that's been happening. We have to start protecting ourselves against threats.
After several incidents at the Andrews County Courthouse, the security is finally getting some much-needed upgrades. We'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes. Good evening and thanks for joining us here for CBS7 News at 9 on the CW. And to those of you watching us on our CBS7 YouTube page, I'm Jay Hendricks. We start tonight tracking crime. In Big Spring, police are looking for a criminal caught on camera. You're going to see him here in just a moment. Big Spring police say early this morning, this man that's walking into the video stole from vehicles at the Atmos Energy and committed other criminal mischief. Anyone with information should contact Big Spring Crime Stoppers. That number 263-TIPS. According to the city of Midland, an Odessa man died just after 5:30 yesterday in a crash on FM 1788. According to investigators, a pickup truck veered into the southbound lane, causing that crash. The driver of the second vehicle, 48-year-old Jeremy Jones from Odessa, died on the scene. The city says an investigation is still ongoing. You're looking now at East I-20 and Loop 250, and you can see a semi-truck pulling two trailers rolled off the overpass above and has completely blocked traffic. This happened at about 3 o'clock this afternoon and caused delays on the interstate through rush hour. Midland Fire Department was on the scene helping clear the accident and direct traffic. Midland Fire Department says 2 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Time now to talk your weather forecast. Another hot one across West Texas, but you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till you see temperatures for tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Tom Teever-Teller joins us with that. Tom?
Yeah, it was a hot one today, but tomorrow, though, we're going to be 100 plus across most of West Texas and southeast of Mexico. Never really saw showers or thunder showers get going, even in the mountain areas. Just a lot of clouds out there that help keep temperatures down a little bit. Still plenty of triple digits. 100 out at the Miller National Air and Spaceport with 102 in Big Spring. Triple digits in Odessa and out towards Wink, Monahans this afternoon. 103 in Presidio, and we're up to about 106 down towards Rio Grande Village as we are looking at the makings of a nice sunset with the high clouds out there as temperatures are still into the 90s across many areas and still in triple digit territory along the Rio Grande at the present time. Dew point temperatures are starting to come back up a little bit, so a touch of humidity out there across the area still as we're looking at those southerly winds that are going to be a little gusty through the midnight hour, and that's going to keep temperatures up overnight tonight. Again, waking up to a little humidity across the area.
The city of Midland taking steps to involve the community in the development of the new Horseshoe Arena recreation area. Tonight, a public meeting was held to discuss that project. CBS 7's Isabella Garrigo was at that meeting. She joins us now with more details. Isabella?
The meeting provided an encouraging environment for those that attended to share their ideas to help shape the future of the new Horseshoe Arena recreation area. The goal of the meeting was to provide an opportunity for the community to learn about the project's purpose and timeline.
We're all part of the community. It's important to everybody. It's a place for them to go, something for them to enjoy, something for them to do, and they need to have input into what they want to do when they come here.
The meeting aimed to gather community input before finalizing any plans.
Everybody will have more ownership in whatever the plan ends up being for the Horseshoe. Some of these recreational elements and trails and play areas and things like that, if they can see their own input in the final plan. It's a lot better than coming back at the end of the project and telling you, here's what we come up with. We hope you like it.
Though in the beginning stages, for the past 6 to 9 months, the project has been in development with the Commissioner's Court and a special committee formed specifically for the project.
From this public meeting, we will gather notes and all the input and then start thinking about how that translates to the design of these different elements on the Horseshoe property, and then work with the committee to get feedback on those.
The committee includes City Council members, a member of Midland's Chamber of Commerce, a member of the Commissioner's Court, Horseshoe representatives, and other local leaders. They hope to create an outdoor space that the whole community can enjoy, whether visiting for the weekend or if you're a native in the area. In addition to that vision,
I think it can also be a really interesting entry point for the city of Midland. There's a lot of traffic on I-20 that doesn't really see a lot of welcome to Midland until you see the horseshoe, right? And then really to be a connection point for the neighborhoods and the people who live in this part of the city and even south of I-20 in the county.
Though the meeting is over, the Committee for the Horseshoe highly encourages community feedback.
Now that we've gotten the ideas down that we want to, it's time to bring the community in and get feedback, get information, see what they want at their park.
There has not yet been discussions about hosting another public meeting like today's, but the presentation was recorded and will be posted for public viewing. A QR code with the survey will also be available for members of the community to provide feedback in case they missed the meeting. Reporting for CBS7 First Alert News, I'm Isabella Griga.
All new tonight, we're going to talk about the Midland and Ector County law enforcement agencies. They're seeing the end product of the 2024 Bustin' for Badges clay shoot. The three-day clay shoot raised money for the sheriff's departments and police departments in Midland and Odessa. This year, each department received $140,000.
No, I just think there's something to that West Texas hospitality. I mean, they're here in this area. Despite a lot of the negativity that occurs across the country, it's nice to know that people are pro-police here in this area that we live in. And as you know, this goes to a good cause.
Each department decides for itself what the money should be spent on. In the past, money raised has been used for new equipment, bomb training, and even K-9 programs. Now some in-depth unemployment numbers. According to the city of Midland, in a recent survey, it showed that Midland had the lowest unemployment rate in the state of Texas during the month of May. According to the Texas Workforce Commission, Midland had an unemployment rate of 2.4%. Odessa's jobless rate was 3.2%. The statewide average was 3.8%. Texas Workforce Commission reports there are over 115,000 jobs in the Midland area during the month of May. That number was 114,000 in May of 2023. The Andrews County Courthouse finally adding new security measures after a year of planning. The Andrews County Sheriff's Department decided it was time to add the new measures to keep the employees and the community safe. The new security includes new cameras, metal detection equipment, and screening measures, as well as 2 assigned deputies at the courthouse. It comes after a few incidents at the courthouse that scared employees.
With the last incident we had, we arrested the subject for public intoxication inside the courthouse, and he did cause a ruckus. I mean, he fought us. And after that, we knew we had to do something to try to get a handle on this.
Those new upgrades will cost over $250,000. Sheriff Stewart says it's going to be a learning process for employees and the community to get used to the new security measures, but that it will all be worth it in the end. CASA of West Texas expanding their service area from 7 to 10 counties here in West Texas. Pecos, Reeves, and Brewster County children can now be assigned a court-appointed special advocate volunteer. Each CASA advocate for children within the foster care system. Now, CASAs are appointed by judges to serve the best interests of the child. To learn more about volunteering, you can head to our website. Just go to CBS7.com. Now for some education news. 3 Midland ISD campuses have been put on the honor roll by the Education Results Partnership. The Young Women's Leadership Academy, Carver Center were named as Scholar Campuses, and the Early College High School at Midland College was named a Star Campus. To be named to the state honor roll, each campus must have exceptional academic performances and prepare students for the workforce and life after education. We are officially 1 week away from Independence Day, and there will be plenty of 4th of July celebrations all across the Permian Basin, starting with the annual Pops in the Park in Big Spring, which will be held on July 3rd. You can see that at Comanche Trail Park Amphitheater. Then on July 4th, Midland and Odessa will have celebrations all evening, ending with fireworks shows. Midland's annual Star Spangled Salute will be at Centennial Park. Odessa's 4th of July Fandango will be in downtown Odessa on West 4th Street. CBS 7 will have coverage of all of these events next week. The 141st West of the Pecos Rodeo continued today. Pecos lays claim to hosting the world's first rodeo back in 1883. Those festivities started yesterday morning with the parade you see right there. The first rodeo performance was last night, including bareback riding and bull riding. Tonight is family night, and the theme was tough enough to wear pink. A portion of the proceeds tonight will go and be donated to the Pecos Area Cancer Foundation. The rodeo continues tomorrow, and the finals will be held throughout the day on Saturday. 50 young women from all over the state are in Richardson this weekend for the Miss Texas competition. The award for winning comes in the form of college scholarships and the crown of Miss Texas 2024. Miss Permian Basin hopes to use scholarship money to finish her degree at UT Austin.
I want to empower people to truly believe that their success is anything that they think it is and not to listen to other people. And being Miss Texas has allowed me to put my pieces together to work for me and understand that I am a beautiful creation of every experience, good and bad.
Preliminary competition resumes tonight. Finals will be broadcast on the CW this Saturday at 8 p.m. A Texas grand jury indicted 2 former Uvalde School District police officers today. Former Police District Chief Pete Arredondo and former school police officer Adrian Gonzalez are facing felony charges of abandoning and endangering a child. Their indictments represent the first criminal charges filed in the May 2022 mass shooting at Robb Elementary School that left 19 children and 2 teachers dead. Earlier this year, the Justice Department released a report that found law enforcement officers botched their response to the tragedy. Texas DPS has confirmed that Arredondo turned himself in to authorities Thursday night. A jail official says Arredondo was booked on 10 counts of child endangerment and known criminal intelligence. Still ahead, almost 6 million people in Texas are predicted to travel this weekend ahead of the 4th of July holiday. We'll tell you what you need to know about holiday travel up next. AAA is predicting that 5.6 million people in Texas will travel over the 4th of July holiday travel period. That's from June 29th until Sunday, July 7th. That's a 5.2% increase over last year. Across the nation, AAA projects 70.9 million travelers will head 50 miles or more from home over the Independence Day travel period. Because of the popularity of remote work and many choosing to take summer vacations during the holiday, for the first time, AAA increased its travel forecast from 5 days to 9 days. Roadways and airways are expected to be busy.
Gas prices are expected to be cheaper this 4th of July and compared to last Independence Day. And really right now prices in Texas, the statewide average is hovering around $3 a gallon for regular unleaded. And there's an abundance of supply when it comes to oil and gas in the market. So prices should be held in check this Independence Day.
If you're driving this 4th of July, AAA suggests that you check your fluids in your car, make sure your battery is good, have a fully charged phone with a charger, and pack plenty of food and water. If you are planning to get on the road, gas prices are cheaper than they were this same time last year, but the Texas average price per gallon is on the rise. Texas's average price for unleaded is now $3.10, Midland and Odessa are paying less than average at $3.01 in Midland, $2.99 in Odessa.
And we are going to be looking at plenty of heat to go along with the July 4th holiday. We're going to talk more about that coming up next.
Now, from the CBS7 First Alert Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Tom Tiefertiller.
Well, we are going to be looking at plenty of triple-digit heat in our forecast as we take a look at the satellite and radar view. We had a few clouds today, and that kind of helped temperatures stay down a little bit across the area, but still hot though. We still got into the triple digits. It's making for a nice sunset out there on our live iCam in Andrews right now. We're seeing 92 degrees under the partly cloudy skies, and that's what we have across the Permian Basin. Still hanging on to the 90s for many areas, even Marfa Plateau and Alpine right now, 86 and hanging on to triple digits along the Rio Grande right now as we're still under the influence of a big ridge of high pressure. Surrounding that, we are seeing scattered showers and thunderstorms across the Texas Panhandle into southwestern Kansas, but here in West Texas, though, not a lot going on, and that's going to continue to be the case coming up for tomorrow as we're going to be seeing all these showers and thunder showers swirling around that area. High pressure is going to set up shop right across West Texas, but it is going to move away a little bit coming up for the weekend, and that may help us get out of triple digits across the area. Now, across the state today, we saw some wicked heat, especially across the eastern half of the state. Places like San Antonio, heat index values were up above 110 degrees. Earlier today, Corpus Christi 97, heat index up to 114 at one time this afternoon. So again, you have to deal with that statewide. And of course, we were at 100 out at the Midland International Air and Spaceport. Your futurecast, we'll see a high cloud or two hang on for the overnight hours. But tomorrow, though, more sun than anything else by the afternoon. We could see an isolated shower, thunder shower into those mountain areas coming up tomorrow. And we are going to see more in the way of southeast winds, so a little more humidity to deal with across the area coming up for tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-70s overnight tonight as south winds will keep them up a little bit across the area. So after a warm overnight, a very hot afternoon, 100 plus in many locations, all the way up to 106 in Big Spring, looking at 107 in Monaghan. So again, some wicked heat to deal with out there, and just a touch of humidity. We can't shake that as Again, those temperatures will try to cool off just a few degrees coming up for the weekend and into the start of next week. But as we get closer to the July 4th holiday, travel looks okay. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm on Wednesday, but overall hot and dry conditions through Independence Day, which don't forget is next Thursday.
The debate 4 years in the making. President Joe Biden coming face to face with his predecessor, former President Donald Trump. It will be the first meeting between the two men since the last presidential debate of October of 2020. Just days before President Biden defeated Trump in the 2020 election. CBS's Nancy Cordes reports from Atlanta.
President Biden was embraced by supporters after touching down in Atlanta this afternoon. Former President Trump got a hero's welcome too when he arrived a couple of hours later. The two men meet face to face tonight for the first time since their second presidential debate in 2020, nearly 4 years ago.
If I thought you did a good job, I would have never run. You know his character, you know my character.
In a preview of the notes they hope to hit tonight, both candidates launched new ad blitzes today. Biden knocking Trump on abortion.
2 years ago, Trump overturned Roe v. Wade. Because of the abortion bans across the country, women's lives are at risk.
Trump knocking Biden on age.
Do you think the guy who was defeated by the stairs makes it 4 more years in the White House?
Going into this debate, of the 7 battleground states, 6 are currently rated as toss-ups, while 1, North Carolina, leans Republican.
He's relaxed, he's confident.
Danielle Alvarez is a senior advisor on the Trump campaign.
We expect President Trump to win because he's going to focus on record, his record.
One new feature tonight, a pair of green lights on each candidate's podium that will alert him when his microphone is on. The mic will shut off when it's the other man's turn to speak.
The question is, Justice, radical left. Will you shut up, man? Listen, who is?
It comes after Trump interrupted Biden or the moderator more than 100 times in their first debate in 2020.
That's just who Donald Trump is.
Biden advisor Cedric Richmond was part of the team that prepped with him at Camp David for the better part of a week.
We just wanted to make sure that he was prepared for the antics of Donald Trump and hearing lie after lie after lie and making sure that he's talking to the American people to make sure that they understand that he wakes up every day focused on them.
One open question is whether these two candidates, who have made no secret of their mutual dislike, will shake hands when they walk on stage. They didn't in 2020, but that was due to COVID protocols at the height of the pandemic. Nancy Cordes, CBS News, Atlanta.
This is also the earliest presidential debate in U.S. history, 131 days before Election Day. Coming up tonight on CBS 7 News at 10, we'll have a full recap of tonight's debate. All right, we told you earlier about travel plans if you're going to be out and about getting ready for the 4th of July holiday. The 48th annual Macy's 4th of July fireworks show is, preparation at least, is underway. It takes a lot to get that all put together. It is the 48th annual Macy's 4th of July fireworks show that'll return to the Hudson River. That's a week from today, starting at 9:25 p.m. Now, for the first time in a decade, organizers say they're switching rivers, going from the East River to the west side on the Hudson. That's because it allows them to shoot off larger fireworks, some up to 10 inches and as heavy as 30 pounds. Now, Macy's is kind of handling all of the holidays as far as New York is concerned. They've got this show. They've got, of course, the Thanksgiving parade, which is really right around the corner.
Right that far away. I tell you what, just another month and we'll start to be thinking about Christmas, at least some of us.
That's right. Of course, then they do the ball drop, don't forget, in
Times
Square as well. So that's not by Macy's, but they do a lot of things there. Of course, there you see them getting ready and getting all those fireworks together. They always put on big shows, and this one expected to be a big one. You know, there'll be lots of patriotic music and lots of flyovers and things like that.
And I think we'll have some of it right here on CBS.
I believe you're correct.
I think we'll have some of that coverage coming up next week because July 4th is not that far away. And we're going to see some hot temperatures back in West Texas. Looking good for everything outdoors. We just got to deal with the heat here coming up tomorrow especially. And again, next week, this weekend, maybe a hint of relief.
Just a little bit of relief.
Just a hint.
We'll take what we can get. All right, well, thanks for joining us here for CBS 7 News at 9 on the CW. We have more news coming up tonight at 10.